In the Mike Crook Show with our host, Mike Crook. All right, Mike, we broke down the X39, which, again, I'm hydrating right now, listening to you. And I have also seen the more I have been intermittent fasting and eating more healthy foods, more things help with the patch working on specific areas to help with longevity. So it's really good. But today we're going to talk about another patch. I'm ready.
It works together with the X39 in so many ways. We'll talk about that as we get into it. But the EON, it's spelled A-E-O-N, so a lot of people pronounce it EON, but it's actually EON. I haven't seen you in eons, man. How long has it been? So it's the same word as a measurement of time that's infinite. And the reason why they named it that, from what I've heard from, I guess, David Schmidt, somewhere along the way from his own mouth, was that they were looking for a name that was anti-aging, because this is a reverse aging patch. This is part of the Y age group. There's three patches, carnitine, and then the EON, and my brain's blank on the other one. But anyway, so there's three patches in the Y age group, and they're all designed as reverse aging patches. So the EON is a reverse aging patch, and it has a mechanism that is pretty cool. And you probably can conclude why it will work well with the X39s, which is a stem cell activating patch. Of course, it activates a copper peptide in the body, a GHKCU, but that copper peptide then instigates your stem cells. Your stem cells are going to go and fix and repair things where there is inflammation. So this is a key here. The peptide that the EON affects in the body is one that's found in human urine, but it's one that's produced in the body and is quickly disposed of. It doesn't last a long period of time. So the EON patch is constantly making the body produce this peptide within it. And for whatever reason, it's proprietary. So there's not a whole lot of mention of which peptide that is within company records. But I know this, that it is the same peptide that the queen bee is fed in her royal jelly that allows her to live 60 times longer than the worker bees. The royal jelly, that's that food that the queen bee gets only, and it allows her to live this 60 times longer. But in humans, just like the X39 dealing with stem cells start to decline at age 30, this peptide also starts to decline in the body at age 30. And one EON patch is the equivalent of 300 grams of royal jelly. So instead of taking the royal jelly to try to get the peptide, go through your digestive system and all that stuff, this, through phototherapy, through photobiomodulation, it instigates the creation of this peptide. And that peptide is highly anti-inflammatory. It's a broad spectrum anti-inflammatory peptide. If you're looking for your stem cells to fix something that is inflamed, inflammation typically is the body. So if stem cells are coming that way, inflammation is going to fight the stem cells. So if you've got another patch that's going to reduce inflammation immediately, and this works immediately. I put one on my cheek after they dug out, and I probably have told this testimony before for our listeners, but I've had them dig out a tooth in my jaw, and the tooth was good, the roots were, but the upper part had decayed underneath the cap. And when they went to dig it out, it was like a jackhammer getting this thing out of my jaw. And afterwards, my jaw was just swollen up like this. I put an EON patch on it, and the inflammation went down literally within 5 minutes. There was nothing. Went from big out here to down to nothing, and then the pain was gone because it was all inflammatory pain. It deals with inflammation. So it does that over and over again. And the measurements that they're looking in the human body for inflammation are inflammatory cytokines, C-reactive protein, homocysteines, lipid peroxide, fibrinogen. And those measurements are all medical measurements. You can go have those in your blood measured. And so when they were looking at them, they saw all of those measurements go down or go to normal when they were doing their test on this. So they've had, I think the number is 9, I may be incorrect, but it seems to come in my mind, is 9 studies that they've done on the EON, and all of them have proven the same conclusions within it that do. And so one of the studies showed that within seconds of putting on the EON patch, it would bring the body into balance. So we're talking about the autonomic nervous system into balance. And then it began to elevate antioxidants, which then reduced inflammation. And you can, again, imagine how this works in combination with the X39. So the company is now, when you become a Preferred Plus customer, when you set up your account, it costs an extra $25. But that first month, you actually 10 EON patches with that setup, so that you're getting that combination to work with and see. It reduces that inflammation, helps the X39 go to work quicker, see results quicker within your stem cell elevations. So it's just as a powerful 1-2 punch. When I started looking for ways to hack more results with the X39, hydrating was one of them. The other one was putting on the EON patch and wearing them in combination. You can actually stack them one on top of each other because they're reflecting the light frequencies back into the body, and it's hitting that patch, the different crystalline structure as it is, that proprietary structure, it's hitting it, reflecting back into the body, and it goes right through the other patch. So you can actually stack them on top of each other if you wanted to, put them in the same place. I don't do that. Actually, I don't want to mess with that. But I put one X39 in the center of the nape of my neck or below my belly button, and then I put the EON on the left or the right side of that. But I experienced significant changes in what my results were immediately after starting to use the EON patch. So if somebody's out there and they're thinking, I'm using the X39, I'm now hydrating, I'm doing what your guys are saying, I'm even putting in some electrolytes in my water. If you want to throw another punch at it, get the EON patch. And if you're not a Preferred Plus customer, if you're a brand partner, then you're a brand partner. You're in business with us. You're marketing what we have here. You're learning from our show, and we appreciate that. We like to get more out there regardless of what team you're on or who you're with, but we're trying to educate people with the show and get information to their hands that they might otherwise get. But if you're out there and you are a customer, ask your person who's your brand partner, your rep with the company, to switch you over to a Preferred Plus customer, because there's several benefits to that. That Preferred Plus customer gets the ability to bring 3 other customers on board. You're going to be talking about your results anyway. So telling somebody, instead of just referring them to your partner that's got you, your rep that's got you your patches, bring them your customers yourself, get credit for them, get yours for free. So 3 and yours is free is the way the company system works up as a Preferred Plus customer. So you can get yours for free. Of course, we love that as brand partners because we get credit for the customers. You brought us 3 new customers that we didn't have to go out and find ourselves. That's a benefit to us financially and otherwise. We keep getting the message out there, so that can multiply and multiply. So 1 customer turns into 3. He gets his for free. We as partners no longer get paid on that one, but we get paid on the new 3. So it's a really interesting thing. And if you're not getting paid on this business, you want to get paid, talk to who brought you as a rep and say, I want to get paid on this instead of being a customer. But if you're willing to market it, if you're not willing to market it, sort of way, then just stay a customer in that pack. But anyways, what I was saying is, as a Preferred Plus customer, again, off the Preferred Plus customer deal, is that you get a package of 10 EON patches in your first package when you switch over to a Preferred Plus customer. So they give you 10 free to try. And those 10, unlike the X39s who take a longer time to activate and to do something to your body, they're pretty much immediate. Like this, again, these tests have shown they have immediate results. Every one of the studies is showing an immediate result in reduction in inflammation. They are willing to give you 10 of them to try and see. And then they give you the other patches the next few months that are part of the YH package. So they'll give them to you 1 this month, 1 the next month, and the other here, but they're giving you 10. Just not a full package, but 10 are worth $25. So when you set up the account and do the $25, it's more than worth it. Just go ahead and become a Preferred Plus customer and get those free patches, get that participation in the Bring 3, and you get yours for free. It's worth it. But back to the EON. So the EON in combination is like the Mac Daddy combination. It is just the perfect thing to do because you've got that inflammation just kicked in the butt, and then your stem cells come along and start the repairing process, and that's what you do. I have a friend who, anecdotally, I don't have him on the air with me, but he's in the radio business, so he's on the air all the time, who, when I gave him or told him to get some of the EON patches, he put them on, and his pain levels in his back went down. Just like that. And that discomfort that's coming from the inflammation because his inflammation went down, and was testifying that he could stand at his bathroom sink without having to hold on to the sink because of the pain in his back that he experienced before, that discomfort that's there from whatever was going on there in his back. But that resulted in the X39 doing better work, and now he's seeing more longer-term results with discomfort getting out of his body as a result of the things there. So anyways, nice, neat package of 2 to do. That's where I would go with. You got questions?
Yes, I do. Because I totally have questions, and my brain is thinking through this. So ultimately, what results is the difference between using the X39 and the EON patch? So you said inflammation for the EON, the X39 is not as fast acting. It's more long-term results versus immediate.
They're both affecting different peptides in the body that are doing different things. And so the EON is affecting that peptide that's in the royal jelly that increases the length of life of the queen bee. That can increase our length of life too. That's why they're called the Y age patch. Part of that, the letter Y age is on all of them because they're asking the question, why would you want to age? Why would you want to get older? And so this is that hacking of our aging process that we're looking to do. And one of the key things of aging is inflammation. And so the key proven factor of the EON is it reduces inflammation. Again, the things that you're looking for, if you're looking for them in your blood, would be the inflammatory cytokines, the C-reactive protein, the homocysteine measurements, the lipid peroxides, and the fibrinogen. All of those measure inflammation, and they all go down significantly or normal levels with wearing the EON patch. So when you put it on, there's no inflammation. But where there was the inflammation, your body is naturally attracted with stem cells. So when someone is experiencing a lot of pain, here's where the difference happens. If they've got the X39 is fighting their way through the inflammation to get in there and fix and repair what's necessary there through those stem cells doing what they normally do, but they're battling the inflammation that's fighting against them in the process. So you put the EON on, it kills the inflammation, and now the stem cells can go right in and do the work. So where someone was getting slow, gradual results of stem cells in their body, doing all the things that stem cells do, all of a sudden the inflammation's gone and they're getting instant results, quicker results. So it's why I believe that the company is putting this in the package as the first thing that they offer to you as the freebie when you're a Preferred Plus customer because of there. But now these patches, by the way, the X39s are $99.95 for a month's supply of them. That's 30 patches. And the EONs, as well as the YH package, all of them start out at $69.95. But if you buy 3 together, then it goes down to $49.95. If it's 2, then it's $59.95. So they drop you a significant $20 by buying that combo together. And
Wow.
so those are cheaper patches, but they work very well with what we do with our Mac Daddy. Again, the X39 is what we use for everything. It's what we try on everything. I've got a buddy that has been wearing them for 5 months, and finally, all of a sudden, his neuropathy, his pain, his discomfort in his feet and those things, I guess everybody calls it neuropathy, whatever it is, where you have that feeling where it's just a nervy feeling in your feet or your legs, just disappeared one morning. He woke up, put his feet on the ground, it's gone. Again, it's just stem cells. It's not our patch. Our patch is doing something all the way along the way. By the way, one more thing that I didn't mention with this is that reversing aging part of this is that in the use of the X39, it reverses about 4,000 genes to a younger state. This one reverses a number of genes to a younger state as well. And I could not find the research to tell me which specific genes to compare what it's doing. But anytime you can get more of your genetics to get reversed to a younger age, the better off you are. 1/3 of our genome is what this one is. I see the notes now on the screen. So 1/3 of our whole genome is reversed in age, so to a younger state. So that's going to help you as well too, is that things that have come about in your body from the process of you being involved in things in the environment that causes your genetics to change, to morph, to change into something different in it. We have people who have genetics that deal with your absorption of your B vitamins and such that are all caused by environmental deals. Some are hereditary, but this reverses that to the younger state. So how it was early on when you were a baby, not to this older age, environmentally influenced person, it reverses them to the younger age. So those are benefits as well too that come about with the use of it. The primary antioxidant, I was looking at my notes again, that it kicks into gear is superoxide dismutase, which is another one of the body's own antioxidants that it's deactivating. It's the thing that's going to get the inflammation down because antioxidants are anti-inflammatory. So it's kicking that into gear in those early stages of forming that peptide within.
Wonderful.
Questions? Yeah.
Now, the questions are basically everything with inflammation that's going to decrease pain. That's going to also help with looking younger. It's going to help with longevity. It's going to help with mood, everything when you're looking at that portion. But that's amazing. You said the price, and that's where I want to finish up. The price is less, and you said we have more patches to talk about next week too, right?
Of course. Yes. We've got 12 total. So we've got a long ways to go.
Oh, I didn't know that. See, these are, oh my. Do you wear all 12? Do you wear all 12?
I have in different times, yeah. The glutathione patch is not to kill our thunder from another day, is obviously there to boost your glutathione. Glutathione is another antioxidant, and it's a detox effect in the body. You detox not every day. You want to detox ever so often, so that's something that you don't wear as an everyday patch. But I wear the EON every day. I wear it every day. In combination with my X39 and the X49, I wear them all the time. I've got guns here that I didn't have guns before from that X49. We got to talk about it as well, too. My muscle retention and growth has just been amazing. And I'm a thin-build fella. I just hadn't been able to build as much muscle in my lifetime. And working out on the X49 patch, I've got some amazing results.
Awesome.
From exercise. So listen, I know we got to go. So
okay, so best place to go is DM us. Soon there'll be a website for the Mike Crook Show. I'll be updating you guys soon. Appreciate it, guys. And that was the special simulcast of the Neil Haley Show and the Mike Crook Show, guys.